Hello, I'm Emily, aka Eflex, and here we are with the B100 podcast with the Brett Torino Foundation. And here we're going to discuss all the inspirational stories from campers and counselors, and I hope you'll enjoy.
I'm having so much fun. It's just a wonderful thing to be up here and interview people. You get much different information, just conversation than you would if you guys were in town.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
if you had just left camp and we interviewed you the day after, it'd be different, right?
for sure.
Because town changes us, right? Anyway, so
It
we're all
does.
in our bubble right now.
Yes.
As I call it, it's a bubble, right?
Yes.
It's a beautiful bubble. How did you come to find our bubble?
So, my sister was diagnosed with leukemia
Mm-hmm.
at 14, and I was 8 years old at the time. 2 years later, we were finding different resources to help us out financially, mentally, physically, and that's how my parents found NVCCF, and it was through Sunrise Hospital.
Nice.
And so I've been going to camp since I was 10 years old, alongside with my 5 siblings.
Wow, good for you. Wait, so who are your siblings? Are they all up here?
No,
Okay.
they're not.
They're not?
No, because my sister who did have cancer, she survived,
Okay.
and she is pregnant
Oh
with
my
her second child.
gosh. Wow.
So she is taking care of herself and her baby at
Oh
the
my
moment.
God, that's a beautiful story.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. And so is she doing well and just
She is. She is taking care of herself. I believe this is her 13th year cancer free.
wow.
I think so.
Okay. Well, that's a blessing. Oh
Yes.
my. And so NVCCF played a pivotal role in your lives, I'm sure.
Oh, I grew up with half of the counselors here, half of
Yeah.
the volunteers here, and it's beautiful to be able to say that I've known them and I grew up with them, and we've grown such a strong relationship and friendship.
Yeah.
It's really like no other place.
It is. It's truly, you can't put it into words. You try, right? And we get close, but I just think you can't put it into words. It's an experience, like literally. It's one of those things. Yeah.
And I think what makes it unique is that it's not only the patients that are able to come, but it's also their siblings. Because I remember feeling so neglected as a child and feeling so angry. I didn't, realize the whole situation. Of course, I was so young, but I just remember that feeling. But when I came to camp, I never felt neglected.
Good for
ever.
you. And that's so, thank you for sharing that, because I think siblings are overlooked a lot, not on purpose. It's just, the world's falling apart, right?
Yeah.
There's something catastrophic happening. And, if you're healthy, you're good. And so they just sort of put you in this good place for a minute. And sometimes, we still need attention, as kids, no matter what your circumstances are.
Right.
So 5 siblings plus your sister, or 5 total?
5 total, including my sister.
So then 4 of your siblings would come to camp. So what year did you first come to camp?
That would be 2009.
2009.
Yes, I was 10 years old. I was turning 10, so it might have been 2010.
2000.
One of those years.
Yeah, one of those years. All right. Well, either. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then your siblings came for how long? And are they still coming or no? Or
They are not. They are not, unfortunately. But after my sister has her child, I'm hoping she comes back up.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
She misses
Hey,
it.
you know what? That's beautiful. She's having a child, and that's a great reason not to come to camp.
Right, I know. My 4th niece or nephew, I don't know.
Aw, good
excited.
for you. Oh, well, that's a wonderful story. So, what compels you to keep coming back?
It's really just a big old family. As you may know, I used to work for NVCCF.
I do.
I was administrative assistant. I did social media, and I loved it. I had to move to New York. I didn't have to, but I wanted to move to New York. And as soon as I came back, I just thought, okay, I need to do the things that I love and that make me happy and that make me who I am. And immediately I thought, okay, I need to go back to camp.
So,
One of the many things I love.
so love is a big word, right? Encompasses so much meaning. But what does it mean to you? Like when you say you had to come back, and that feeling, what is that feeling if you could describe it? I know it's difficult, but
Actually, it's not.
okay, good.
The first thing that would pop up into my head is hope.
Okay.
It's just hope, because you hear all these different stories of these kids that are nonverbal or are unable to express how they feel. But at the end, I got chills. At the end of camp, they're either talking or they express somehow that they loved camp, whether it's through writing or through a painting. I love camp, or I love my counselors. That's the true magic of it. And I think that's the hope of NVCCF and the hope of Brett Torino Foundation and the hope of Camp Cartwheel.
Okay, we're done here. No, I'm just joking. So she just did the most amazing promo for us. Okay, thank you for that. We'll clip that and save that. I'm like, okay, because I was going to ask you to do that at the end, and I'm like, there we go. So perfect. You definitely have media like PR experience. Yeah. No, but you're just very calm, and she articulates herself very well.
Thank you.
Do.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, it's such a compliment.
You know.
Oh God, this whole time.
Don't you love it? Like, wait, you didn't tell me I had spinach in my
Now
teeth.
that's promo. I'm just kidding.
That's so funny.
They feed us well.
Oh, like, yeah, right.
That's the only reason why I come back for the food. I'm just kidding.
I don't know about you, but I come for the t-shirts.
The t-shirts, they're so comfortable.
All right, we digressed. Okay, well, back to the thing. So we asked this of a lot of people, but it's really important. I find that when children are too afraid to come to camp, they won't. Mm-hmm. They won't, literally. They put a squash on it with parents, with siblings, with everything. They won't come. And then also volunteers. Not that they won't come. They think of 1,000 excuses why they can't. And I say, no, you actually cannot not come because of the experience that you walk away with. Whether you continue to volunteer or not, it's truly life-changing. And I know I sound like, a fluffy butterfly floating by, but it's the truth. I mean, it's changed my life 100%. Drastically. From the moment I started working camps, and building the organization and just working with the team that we have up here, it's just life-changing, And so to me, I can't think of another way to exist, right? Yeah. But a lot of people I don't think it's just that natural, right? And it's not that it's a bad thing because we all have an important role in this life. Right. But how would you convert some of those in more resistant individuals? Yeah.
Well, I would say first things first, fear is a liar. Fear will get to you so bad.
It's a great song, by the way.
Yes,
Fear
for sure.
I love that song.
It'll get to you.
Yeah.
It'll convince you that you can't do certain things. It'll convince you to not go to certain places and all that stuff, even though you know it's good for you. Mm-hmm. I actually didn't want to go to camp when I was a camper. I was like, I don't want to leave my bed. I don't like, nature. I want to stay in my bed, watch TV, and drink my milkshakes because I loved my milkshakes when I was a kid. But my mom was like, no, I think this would be good for you guys mentally. I think you guys need it. And it was the best thing that she probably could have done for us as a mother because I'm still here. So I would just advise any camper or volunteer, don't let it get to your head. I know it's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done.
But it truly is magical. And the number one thing I've heard so far from counselors and campers, I'm so happy I came.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I'm so happy I came. Mm-hmm. And it was the first year. So
yeah. How do you deal with the post-camp funk that we all go through?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I get everyone's numbers. I'm like, let's hang out. Please, let's hang out. Please.
You know what I find too is I wish there was some way, and maybe we could develop this. Ooh, you're in social media? Mm-hmm. Like a bulletin board, like where collectively we all can come together and just, stay connected in that way.
Like quarterly or something?
Yeah, and not a Facebook page, but something where it's definitely more specific and you're posting almost like a huge Instagram, but that's private, right? And that we can just come on and post and share and stay connected. Because I think we all really try. Yeah. I think intention's there. It's just, again, in this day, we put so much pressure on ourselves to do so much and be so many things, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't think it's easy enough, and it needs to be so easy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You'll come up with a great idea.
I know. I'm already thinking of ideas in my head. I'm already thinking.
I'm planting a seed right now. Yes, I know.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's something we could do.
Yeah.
There's so many resources now.
So what's life like for you now? Like after your whole experience from your sister's diagnosis, now you're an aunt 4 times over.
Yes.
So like it sounds like you really, came through it powerfully strong, and utilized the experience for all the right reasons. What's your take on it?
Take on what exactly?
Like that whole experience, what do you think it really offered you in life? Like, obviously you have strength, unending strength.
I don't know. I think maybe like community.
Yeah.
Because I think no matter how young or how old we are, we're always going through something in our life. And I think that's why I keep coming back. I know they say it's for the children, and it really is, but it's also for us.
It is.
It's also.
I tell people it's the best thing to be selfish. It is.
Yes.
This is a selfish maneuver, really, because we get so much out of it. I think personally,
we absolutely do. The first day I came, I was like, I'm going through so much right now in my life, but I'm here. And as soon as I felt a little hand grab me to drag me on the stage, I'm just like,
I know.
Immediately tearing up through my sunglasses. I'm like, I'm that star up in the sky. But that makes it all worth it. And that was just day one. So I'm doing so much better now. It's just crazy. It's free therapy. That's all I can say.
It is. That's wonderful. Free therapy. Yes. It is. And also being out in nature, right? Oh my gosh. You just like I constantly, and I've been up here since 1990, a long time. Anyways, but I am constantly amazed, like even myself, and I love taking photos. So these trees are like my best friends. Yeah. I take so many pictures of trees. I know it's sort of a weird little thing, but it's gorgeous. We call this our 5-star resort, Torino Ranch.
Yes.
And then look at our podcast studio. Seriously, no one else has a podcast studio like this.
I love it.
I know. It's the best podcast studio ever. So, and then our podcast is Bee 100%, BEE, because we have a bee farm, and we produce honey. And camp is sweet, right?
I love honey.
I know. So there's so many beautiful plays on the words, but like you have this really cool buzz about you, and I say that because it's like a camp vibe, the camp buzz, and when that penetrates and ripples out there in the community, it just brings more people to this reality. And I think this is the most important reality.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And even just a little story, even yesterday I had shared there was a camper that we had. She's now gone to heaven, but it was just that much more important to me this year to give it my all, because you never know when their last year will be. And I'm confident enough to say that I gave my all to her. Every single bit of my energy, even when I'm like, I don't want to do anything but sleep. If she would start dancing and shaking her tush, I'd do the same thing with her. Like, I'm right there with you, girl.
Good for you.
So,
oh my gosh,
that's also the magic of camp. You give that hope to them. You give that moment of normalcy.
Yeah. Wow. And sorry, I know those are the hardest experiences. Every year I say that they stay so strong until camp, right? And then some of them say goodbye after camp.
Yeah.
It's always hard. How did you get through that? What did you do?
I think just continuing to show up and continuing to be there for the family. That's what we all are. I know that if same thing happened with me or my sibling, that Camp Cartwheel community would be there for my family or for myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just returning it. Being a big family, I swear.
Yeah.
We're all just a big family here.
Well said. And also they would be.
100%.
This family doesn't go away. Isn't that cool?
As much as you want to get rid of them.
Sometimes. Yeah.
They still.
Yeah.
They still drag you.
Sometimes, yeah.